Hey friends, here's another book. So this one is called Black Kids. And I fell in love with this based on the cover. I am a judge the book by the cover type of girly. So I fell in love with it based on the cover, and then I went on TikTok and did like some little research, and people were saying it was good. So I started this book, and for me it was dry. I want to say it probably took like maybe 100 pages for me to get into it. But one thing about me, I got all this gel caked up here. But one thing about me is that once I start a book, I'm going to finish it. Like, that is my rule to myself, no matter how much I dislike it or I struggle with it. Once I start, I'm going to finish it. I can pause the book and come back to it, but I just find it easier just to push through and get done with it and move on. So that's what I called myself doing with this book. But by the time I finished it, I really, really loved this book. So we have our female main character. Her name is Ashley. This book takes place, I believe it's in the 90s. I should know better. Yeah, 92. And it surrounds itself around, I believe, like the Rodney King beating, and then the protests and everything that emerged after. So this girl goes to this school. She lives in like, her parents got money. So she lives in like a upper class part of town that's a little bit further from where the riots are going. And she has this life. She goes to a school. She's one of the only Black kids. There's like, I think like a handful of them. She goes to like a little private school or whatever. She's had the same friends since she was like in kindergarten. None of them are Black. And they be doing little stuff here and there or whatever that's like a little uncomfortable or a lot uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. Can be me, but that's how she was living her life. With that, she then starts kind of like hanging out with this Black boy that goes to the school that's like the token Black kid kind of thing. He's plays sports and he's good at it. He's gonna get into a school that she really wanted to go to because they're like in their senior year doing the little college things. I think she gets a little bit jealous. She kind of starts a little rumor. The rumor has him, whatever. And so this is kind of like a coming of age. She also has a sister that's, I think, 3 years older than her, and her sister's really like pro-Black, but she does marry a white guy, and the parents are really mad that she, dropped out of school and that type of thing. So they're dealing with the other daughter dropping out of school, and then she just hanging with her friends, and she be doing dumb stuff that she don't need to be doing. Nothing horrible, but just, kid stuff. And so this is kind of like to me, it felt like a coming of age thing where she's realizing, not that she's realizing she's Black because she knows she's Black, but she's realizing that her money and privilege don't help her being Black, I guess you can say. Like, she's seen some incidences where she knows that it doesn't, but I think it like really connected to her at this point that no matter how much money I have, no matter what my zip code is, where I live, what my parents do, like, I'm one of the Black kids, and that's who I'm going to be. And I need to lean into that, and I need to be about my community and things like that. And so there's just like different family dynamics and stuff that are going on. Nothing, I don't know. I feel like it could have been deep or heavy or whatever, but nothing, but it's life. We know these things happen and stuff like that. It's sad, like, we're kind of desensitized to it, but I think the way that the writer wrote it too, she added subjects that were like tense, but she didn't like draw them out and make them super heavy. It just more so focused on this girl like trying to blossom into the young Black queen that she is. And so I thought that was really good, really important. This is another book that I was trying to read with my daughter. It was supposed to be like a month-long read because she also had other books that she wanted to read, but she did not complete it. But like I said, I'm gonna complete it. With or without her, I'm gonna complete it. I try to hype her up. I try to push her forward for reading, but not everything is good, I guess. Hopefully she'll get back to it and enjoy the book and read it one day. But until then, I think this is another good book, especially for like mommy and me. If you have a reader, my daughter is a lazy reader. I love her, but she don't care about DNF in a book. Me, on the other hand, like my brain is like, don't do it, don't do it. Her, she's like, maybe I can get back to it or whatever, which is fine. I'm just like, try your best. But yeah, until the next one, bye.